What's up? Running a little bit behind. Not too bad. Gave myself until 11:11. It's only 11:07. 11:08 here. Let me make sure these are off. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Okay. Ringers are off. I had to make sure. Hi, Donita. Whoop, whoop. What's up? Hello, hello. How is it going? Ooh, I'll be able to show off the wands I made for the Green Rays workshop this time. Like, now you can actually see my wands. Look at that. Hi, Amy. Aren't they pretty? My daughter loves this one. She's like, can I have it? I'm like, I gotta quit keeping them all. I'm keeping this one. This one I can't get rid of. Yeah, I love them. How's it going? Come on over. So I still gotta create my theme song. It's like haunting me every day. That's playing in my head now. Aren't they pretty? Check this one out. Aren't they pretty? This one's for the Green Rays workshop coming. So pretty, so pretty. I just love the colors. My daughter's like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Just do it. Right? And it's so pretty. I love it too. I love them. I do. This one's my wild child, but I love it too, very much so. Yeah, I've been having fun with these. They've upgraded, telling you. And then of course, one of my all-time favorites. I can't love this one enough. I love this one. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So what's going on? What's going down with everybody? How's everybody feeling? I have my coffee. Still kind of my Sunday morning. So that's what I'm doing. Been Sunday morning it around here. Sundays always to me feel like a fun day. It's like Sunday fun day. Sunday fun day. Oh, like a Sunday. So I don't know. I was gonna pull a message for the Ascension Path for the collective. Lounging kind of day here. Yeah. I do lounge sometimes for sure, but I never have a specific lounging day. I have too many of those, I think, honestly. But I always am doing something even on lounging days like laundry or cleaning something, I've noticed. So I've been kind of working, but work for me is fun in my business. I just have the song playing in my head. I've got to record the song. Yesterday I did Sunday's a good rest day. It truly is. Yesterday I did the guided meditation and then the music. So I've been kind of working every day a little bit. But then the twin flame stuff happened and I got behind. I'm not going to lie. I got to behind when that happened. So I apologize. You hit me out of the blue. That was not planned. So yeah, what's going on here? Resting day, lazy Sunday, which is really good. The weather's kind of gloomy. There's no sunshine here. Granted, we get most sunshine out of anybody, I think, all over the U.S., but I don't know. That's a story I've heard. I'm not sure how accurate that is. Yeah, I like that meditation too. It's definitely prepping everybody. It was just a little prep meditation. It was very important. And Donita, it's funny too, because I did see your comment. And while I was doing that meditation, they were like, we're going to Fiji. And then I thought of you right away. I was like, oh, Donita's going to be so happy. I literally said that in my head. So that's really funny. I did think that. I was like, she's going to be so happy. Because, yeah, I know you love Fiji. And I love Fiji. I love going there too. It's one of my favorite places also. The water and the pyramid there has a special place. And then I was just going to talk. They want me to go over a little bit the timeline of Christ ascending, the ascension, whatever the hell this is we're doing, we're going through, right? So I'm going to go over that just a little bit, just kind of like a quick timeline drop of everything that happened. Roger had asked a question one day about the Bible and the comparison of the Bible to the work that I'm doing and what I keep talking about. Yeah, Donita says floating in water is the ultimate zen for me. That's my happy place. Totally. I love water as well, and I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to say that, so I'm so happy for that. So for those of you who know me, which are probably the ones who are watching me right now, what up, G? How's it been? How's it going? How's it hanging? I'm working on my song still, so I'm still anxious about that. So that's what's going on with me. And for those of you who are new here, because there are some new people around here, I am Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and a Divine Guide. I took a big part in this ascension journey the Earth is presently on, and we are all currently on that are upon this Earth, right? And my story is a little bit unique. It does matter to what's going on, what's going down, what's going around you. So, I just hope you have an open heart and welcome. And just be open to mind-blowing stuff, right? Really, that's all I can say about it. So that's who I am. Welcome. And hopefully you stick around for some time. That's what I'm hoping for. And to my family, I love you all so, so much, right? And again, it's showing me nobody's here. So, don't forget to comment, hang out with me, enjoy the day with me. Just going to do a quick timeline recap. If I miss anything, will you guys let me know? The one that's sticking out to me is when the Jesus stuff started happening. But make sure I don't forget anything with that, because I know you guys did the workshops with me that we've already been commenting today. Okay. So who I am and the ascension that I brought about. I had a major Kundalini Awakening in 2019. And then all of a sudden something took over my life. It was no longer about living for me. My life was no longer normal. I was a registered behavioral technician in the state of Colorado and a single mother of 3 children at the time. Been through a lot, had a really rough life, had to be pretty tough. Was working my ass off to support 3 kids by myself. And then some trauma happened. Bunch of trauma upon trauma upon trauma. And I think the straw that broke the needle that broke the straw's back, whatever you want to call it. However that saying goes, was my dad dying. And then I had a major Kundalini Awakening. Once the Kundalini Awakening happened, I didn't even know what that was. I really was not into the spiritual aspect of things. I was into trying to survive my life and raise my kids and better than I had. And that was generally my story. I was going to school, psychology degree, working hard, living the corporate life, quote unquote. And then that happened to me. By 2020, I found myself in a totally different world. I had moved. All of a sudden, I was kind of forced to move somewhere. I had moved somewhere, met a very important person in this journey that I wasn't even aware of yet, my twin flame. He came into the play shortly after my awakening, not too long after, mind you. And then all of a sudden, so for the ascension, the timeline of the ascension, they just want me to go over it really quick, is in such that it started out with me going places. All of a sudden, angels would show up in my meditations, and we would go on these journeys. And so there's a lot to it, but I'm just going to give a quick recap of the important stuff for the ascension. That's going to be, they want it to be public. They want this to be known because it is huge. Essentially speaking, it is what they talk about. It is what the prophecies predicted. It's mind-blowing shit, and it's huge, and it is going to be well known, right, of what happened, how this happened, how the earth ascended, and the timeline of doing so, what it took to do it, and the timeline of doing so. And I think this video will also help me. That's probably why they're doing this. Like, they want to write a book. Here you go. Here's your outline. So it started out with me doing these meditations and following these insights, and the knowings that I got right away were quite mind-blowing. They showed me the Bible and the words coming out of the Bible. That was one of the first things I saw when I woke up. There's quite a few first things I talk about, but they were all first. Like, I had no idea what was going on. I moved, and then things got more intense, and crazier things started happening. All of a sudden, I was healing people in ways I didn't even know existed. Like, I didn't really know there were healers like me out there. I really didn't. I've heard of healing. I've heard of Reiki. I've heard of all these things. I'm not an idiot, like, I know about all of these things, but I've never seen, heard of, experienced the kind of healings that I was all of a sudden doing. And so I thought that was weird enough, but it kept getting weirder. I was literally traveling outside my body. I could go to people, and I was basically seeing the insides of their body. I was telling them all their ailments, which were being confirmed by doctors, which was blowing my mind, blowing their mind. This was crazy shit that I was experiencing. And then I was told I was going to change the world. They told me I'm not normal. I was here to change the world, and one of the messages I had received. And I needed to accept who I was. This was the message I got. And I know it was from the creators. It took me freaking 2 years to decipher this message. But I was supposed to accept who I was, allow myself to be myself, and change the world, and then watch the world change. Accept who I was, allow myself to be myself, change the world, and watch the world change. And I thought, I'm going to cure cancer. It was not that at all. I probably can, but it's not that at all. It turned out to be something else. All of a sudden, I was traveling to different places, Uruguay, and I'm like, where am I? And they're like, Uruguay, and I was rising the light there, shining light through Uruguay. The vibration was very low. This is where it started. And then I was doing healing exchanges with these people that I went through this program with, because all of a sudden I had this awakening, trying to figure out who the hell I was and what was happening to me. And during one of those exchanges, I all of a sudden raised Atlantis. Like, I had no idea anything about Atlantis, never thought of Atlantis, never heard Atlantis. It was in my own healing. I was healing myself. We were doing a healing on me. And all of a sudden, Hermes was there, who was a god, and he gave me the belt, and he had these golden wings. Like, he was crazy awesome. He was there with me all of a sudden, and Saturn was there. I was literally sitting on Saturn, and I'm like, what is happening? And I was awake in my healing, going through meditation, and I'm sitting on Saturn, literally sitting on Saturn. And I was trying to figure this out in the Facebook groups. I was asking astrologers, I was asking all these people, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is what Saturn represents. I'm like, no, something happened. This was crazy. I was sitting with Hermes. I was sitting on the ring of Saturn, and I lassoed Atlantis, and I started pulling it out of the water. Okay, that was one of the first things. And before I could do that, I had to clear these contracts. I saw myself die in Atlantis. I literally did. I experienced myself drowning all over again and trying to save these kids. I was trying to save a bunch of kids, and I knew something went wrong. I knew something was wrong. I was upset. This was not supposed to happen. I knew who I was and why I was there. And so something was wrong. And that I remember that. And I cleared my soul, and I eliminated this contract. And then I raised Atlantis. And then I was mind blown for a couple of months. What the hell just happened to me? I had all these experiences started happening to me. I had no idea what was happening. So that was one of the first ones. Then I was going to the White House. I had to ground Mr. T. I put a bubble around him one day. They're like, you need to protect him. So I protected Mr. T. That's what I call him. And then I had found out there was an attempt of somebody trying to hurt him at that time. But I feel like I woke him up, you guys. And when I look back at that, I'm like, I woke him up. And at that same time is when Crystal came into my life. I think that was her name, Crystal. And I traveled there one time, and I remember I was outside of my body, but I felt like people could see me. So I had to be in somebody. It was the weirdest experience. And I handed Mr. T a paper, whatever the hell it was on it. I don't know. I was curious. I was always like, what the hell is on this? And I was so scared. I was so nervous. I was like, in my meditation, I was doing this shit. And I could see the White House, the grass. That was like the next thing that happened. Then after that, it was like, well, it was a whole bunch of things. It was like thousands of little pieces. I used to write all these things when I first had my awakening, like shaking up things to the surface and what needs to be seen so it can fall away. And like all these things were coming through. It was tons and tons of things. But the most important ones were raising of Atlantis, giving something to Mr. T, our current president at the time. Whatever that was, I don't know. I know they saw me. Who they saw, I don't know. I don't know if I like embodied somebody else. I have no idea what the hell I was doing. This was all new to me. It just took over when I was doing my meditations. These things were happening to me. And I had messaged it. I'm like, I got to look through my messenger. I'm sure there's proof of all of this still to this day. Because Pamela was aware that happened. She was there when I did the Atlantis. Like, this was all crazy. It was starting to be witnessed. The next, hi TT, I've been thinking about you so much. I'm so glad you're here. This is just a quick rant and rave for those who are new. Plus, they want me to do the timeline. There's relevance to it for whatever reason of who I am and what I brought about for the Ascension and what the biblical stuff is. Now, keep in mind, the Bible is created from different pieces of history that were put together by certain individuals for a specific reason of gaining control. Okay, so spiritually speaking, the complete Bible is not accurate. Okay, and they have told me this time and time again. And then I had seen the show too, where they talked about the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they had mentioned some things out of there that made way more sense to me. So, for whatever that's worth, that's worth looking into. Okay, so after all that, then I began doing the. I think then it went to the pyramids. Right, all the pyramid activations. And I posted some of those videos on YouTube, on my YouTube channel for you guys to see. That started back in 2022. I cleared Mount Shasta. That was one of the first ones. Then we did Fiji. It was Mount Shasta first. I had to go into Mount Shasta and clear Mount Shasta. There's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, they said thousands, sorry. Thousands of bodies in Mount Shasta that I had to clear. That was on 11/11/2020, mind you. And I still have that written down, still significant for whatever reason. Then I went into the pyramids, activating the pyramids. Now they want me to describe a little bit of what it was like to activate the pyramids, what I saw and what I felt and what I did to activate them. Each one was different. And I remember watching back on the video I posted on YouTube for one of the pyramids I activated, one of those workshops. I had said they were all females, and I really didn't put that together until now, but that makes a lot of sense. But when I deal with the pyramids, I literally like lift them up energetically. I turned some of them. I was doing it. I was bringing this light from the sun. I did some things to the sun before I could activate the pyramids, by the way, and the moon. That was in there. And one of them was a couple of them are on my YouTube channel. You can take a look at all the videos. They are here. I will kind of post the links under this video so you guys don't have to search too much to the important ones that I'm referring to. They're also in my playlist that you can easily find on my channel because I posted some of these things for you all to witness. They've had me do that. So I had to do things with the sun, the moon. Then I was drawing the light into the pyramids. Some of them I've had to lift, move, rotate. A couple of them I had to like clear the energy of them before I could do the work on them. I remember that. Some of them were underwater. One of the times we went in the workshops underwater and I had to move this alien ship off the land. It was like embedded under the ocean into the earth somewhere. And I literally had to like remove that before I could do the work on the earth. So I've done some really crazy shit that I'm still processing myself. But this is the timeline. And then after the pyramids, we did quite a few different pyramids. All of those are on my channel for you to see. I posted the workshops. They were quite raw. and quite very real in the moment, and very much so experienced by me. So granted, it's probably a little bit more like for me, right? And then after the pyramids, we went into all of the sudden, Jesus's soul came up into play, and I was doing a Patreon workshop. I was not expecting this to come or anything. It was just a Patreon workshop healing. And the person I was with was all of a sudden like, we got to go here. So we went to Skagway, Colorado, right by the water. And Jesus's life flashed before my eyes, and his soul was set free. And it went into this beautiful flower in the Garden of Eden. Then after that, we did a couple workshops where Jesus was returning some things back to the earth. Now, the important one they want me to talk about, correct me, you guys, if I'm wrong, for those of you who did my workshops, was when he used his blood to cleanse the earth. Okay, he did do that. We did that. That was, when I do these things, I channel them. I don't plan them. I don't write them down. I don't know they're coming. They just come. And he literally did use his blood to cleanse the earth. I don't remember all of what happened, 2111, 2112. When I did that workshop, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh crap, I forget everything. Do you guys remember anything specific of why that one is coming out of my energy so much right now? Like it's something I need, there's something significant with that one. And I'm not sure why. It's different than, I don't read the Bible, okay, but this is how Jesus is returning, okay? This is how Christ's light is returning. This is how, did you all know that Jesus was murdered? He was murdered by John the Apostle. That came out. This is all depicted on my channel. It was in my workshops, just unfolded live. Christ's blood one was powerful. That's what Amy H was saying. Yeah, it was. It was definitely powerful. And it blew my mind. I remember we were all a bit shocked when that one happened. We're like, is this really happening? I think we all kind of felt that one that day. Because we're like, Christ light, is this really happening? And I was like, yeah, I didn't know it was coming. It just came. And I remember seeing his blood fill the crystalline grid. And it was a karma cleanse. That's what they kept calling it. I remember that. It was like the karma cleanse, the karma reset of the earth, 22, I keep saying 222s. It was definitely a karmic reset of the earth. It was crazy. It was really mind-blowing stuff. Then after that, after all those healings went about with Jesus and him returning his blood and all of these kinds of things, then it went to now activating Christ's light. And I have been up to God. I have worked with God in these. I work with the angels. It's quite crazy. This is very much so, I guess you could call it biblical, but the Bible is not accurate. Okay. And so that's the thing. And the way it is coming down, the way Christ's light is coming down is I'm literally going into like God's ashram, basically. That's what we do in the workshops. And we allow God's light to come down through our connections and into the earth and through the angels too, mind you. That's the difference with this one is when I do these Christ light activation workshops, you guys, the difference was the angels weren't helping me. I was drawing the light down through them too. So they were actually taking part in this one, which was rather strange. But I did notice that. I'm like, they are definitely taking part in it. And that was just definitely strange. So the angels were actually receiving this light too. It was running through all of us, going down into the earth, which goes into the crystalline grid, which connects to the earth and us through that way, and the DNA activations and things like that. And so that's how we're receiving Christ's light. And so I am activating them slowly in pieces. I'm learning, okay? That way it's not going to make everybody go insane on the earth, because God's light is very powerful. These are things we do when we die. But we're not dying. We're ascending the earth, and we're ascending with it, whether we like it or not. We can either go kicking and screaming or in glory. Either way, we're going somewhere, right? Because I know the work that I've done. Like, we don't have a choice. And I've even said to Spirit a couple times, I'm like, can I not do this? They're like, nope, you don't have a choice. We can't go backwards now. And I'm like, son of a bitch, what did I just do? Like, what did I do? Like, I tried to kill my solar plexus to stop this work. What am I doing? Like, it was quite the adventure. But Jesus' soul had to be set free first. And then we brought down Christ's light. And I thought it was done after that. But then I was like, no, we just have to activate it now. And those that choose to activate it with me get the benefit of receiving gifts, right, on a different level. Ever since we did that one, Schumann resonance has been off the charts. Yeah, it's definitely did a shift. And then my twin flame thing is also a part of this, you guys, which I don't talk about often, but it is a huge part of the ascension. My twin flame is also a master, and he's also filled with God's love and God's light, and I have light to give him, and he's a beautiful soul, and his journey and my journey, because through this last little bit of this twin flame thing, I've realized how much I've been kind of like not focusing on the fact that he's going through his own shit. You know what I mean? Like his own spiritual ascension in this. But we are both purposeful, and we both matter big time as well for the ascension. And bringing the twin souls together and bringing down God's love. And so that is part of our purpose. But when you put all this together, it's like, okay, does it match the Bible and the way the Bible predicted it? And I can't still watch the Hopi prophecy for the life of me. I don't know why. I want to try and sit down. I know Roger sent me some videos. I need to really try and make myself sit down and watch these things. I have an aversion to them. And I don't know why. Maybe because I'm the one that brought it about. I don't know. But I truly am. And it blows my mind still to this day. I struggle with these things, you guys, because they are not normal. Who I am is not normal. The shit I'm going through is not. It's just, it's crazy stuff. And it is documentable. Like this is stuff that is going to be history. This is how the earth is ascending. These are the steps it took to ascend the earth. Like these are really big deals. It's not me boasting about who I am and what I've done. It's like, holy shit, this is real. Like everything they've talked about is real, but to what degree is it real? To what degree is the reality in which they are referring to? There's a lot of shit that we're just a little out of left field on, okay? And let's keep in mind that the Bible was written several times over through pieces of history that they pulled together, manipulated some, changed a few, and used them in order to inflict power and control, okay? But they're not all accurate, okay? And so the depiction of how it's happened and what's happening is right here. I'm giving it all to all of you. It's literal timeline of the ascension and the rising of Christ and what it means to bring back Christ's light and how exactly I'm doing it. His light is going through me, and then it's going through the angels, and then it's going through the people who participate with me. When we're activating it, I am taking it through the rays. They're having me do it through the rays. So the rays are very important to this scenario for whatever reason. And we use the rays to put them in the earth. So I activate Christ's light within the rays. I guess it's more safe. I don't know why I do it that way. I don't make this up. I don't design this, at least as far as I know. I just do what comes through me. And so I'm activating these light. It's like turning on a light switch. It's like waking up the light. It's like bringing life to God's light. I don't know how else to describe that. It's literally, I see it in my head like electrons, kind of like energy. And all of a sudden it's just like, boom, it's alive and it's flowing and it's filled with this beautiful white light that's just crystalline and moving and transforming and growing and taking my breath away. And then I take that light and we take it through everybody that's with me and the angels and the earth. And then we take that down through the earth crystalline grid. And then that will affect everybody on the earth little by little by little. And so it affects myself and those who do the workshop with me immediately. And it affects others that soon. And then it's like a trickle down effect. And that's kind of how it's happening. And that's what that boomerang effect that they talk about is, that I've heard other creators talk about, is I've done all this work and it's taken me since 2020 to do the physical stuff with the earth, to do it. And why hasn't all these changes come? It has to come in like pieces. It all has to line up. It's all like a lot of things that were going on, the spiritual warfare. And so there's a lot more going on than always meets the eye. And so there's always been movement. There's always been things happening. And now it's like that boomerang effect, right? What I sent out will come back around. Okay. So it's like literally getting to watch these unfold, how the work happens, how you do it, what had to be done, what are the pyramids, why are they so important? They are alien-esque in nature. They're all different. I even created my own pyramid, you guys. What the hell does that mean? I saw me build my own pyramid. It was white. I think it was like by Lake Titicaca. Like, what the hell is all this stuff? It's kind of awesome. And this is all need to be written down for history. And that's what they're pushing me to do now. It's like, I need to show you guys the timeline. I need to depict how it was done and the process in which it was done in. All of the pyramids are depicted on my channel. I did post all those videos already. It was Machu Picchu, Brazil, Peru. There were definite, some we've heard of and some I never had before. I literally lit them up just like I do Christ light. I draw the light through them, and sometimes I have to rotate them and I light them up. And on some of them, I see like this intricate writing. It's like in another language written all over them. And that kind of tells you why the pyramids are the way that they are. You know how the Egyptians would write all over. I'm giving you what they're giving me. Sorry, guys. This is all coming out. I guess they wanted me to talk about it. But you know how the pyramids are writing all over or the Egyptians were writing all over the pyramids. Interesting enough, when I activate the pyramids, and this is just now making some, like just putting this together, I can see the writing light up along the walls. It's like I bring life into it and it lights up the walls of the pyramid or the stones or whatever it's made out of. And I can see the writing appearing through it. It's like the writing, all this knowledge of what it is, activating and lighting up. And the same thing happens when I do the Christ light activations. And then we bring it all down for all of you guys. And the people who participate are helping in this process because it helps us bring down more light at one time. And so it's important work. Like, it's truly important work. And I guess not everybody can embark upon that journey either, because they're just not, it's not that they're not worthy, they're just not open up to that light. Okay. But it's crazy. And when I think about this timeline and how it all happened, I'm like, this is miraculous. It's quite beautiful. It's quite poetic. And the twin flames are so very important because we're the ones who are supposed to unite. We've changed the contracts from karmic. We've cleansed so much goddamn karma, I can't even breathe anymore. Like, I'm one tough cookie from this twin flame journey, let me tell you. It's been insane, but I'm quite proud of myself. And all I can tell you, out of the horrible shit that I've been through and almost dying twice, I love my twin flame more than anything in this world, even though I'm not with him. That's what kills me. But we are meant to unite and bring down God's love through it. And so not only am I bringing down God's light, it's like God's love. And then the rest of the twin flames are supposed to unite as well. These are a specific group of twin flames, they're wanting me to say. They're like the warriors of God's light, I guess you can call them. They're a warrior tribe. They're higher in lessons. Like, I guess if you want to look at it like an army rank or something like that, right? They're just a different breed of twin flames. They have a different purpose, right? They come together and clear major, major shit usually. And that is their only purpose a lot of times for coming together, is to do something very important. Okay. So that's the ascension journey. That's who I am, and that's what I brought about to this earth. And it has been witnessed throughout these years, especially by these guys that are here with me today. And I know big changes are coming because of this. I don't doubt those in any way. And my life personally has gone through quite magnificent feats of changes and growth and karma clearing and lessons learned and this awakening thing. It's been insane, and I'm honored. And so that's your real Bible right there. I can tell you so much about Jesus, and I can tell you so much about God and what I've seen of him when I've seen him more than one time. And I mean, these things, they are very real. They are very real. But parts of their story are not. And the way Christ's light was returned, the way Christ returned and the way Jesus' soul was set free. And he got the most beautiful flower in the Garden of Eden. I'm like, do I get a flower in the Garden of Eden? Like, it took my breath away. It was gorgeous. It was larger than life and very much so alive and moving and just juicy. I don't know if you want to call a flower juicy, but it's very juicy flower. It's very beautiful. And so that's what they wanted me to give out today, to give you guys, is kind of who I am. That's what an Ascension Master is. I'm the one who is able to come down and activate the pyramids and do the shit that I did to the sun. Like, you guys, what did I do to the sun? Do you guys even remember what I did to the sun? It was something about, like, by Lake Titicaca, I think, or the Mayans, and how I had to take something from Earth and give it back to the sun. And then ever since then, I moved the sun, like we rotated it or like pulled it closer to the Earth, or I rotated the Earth. I can't remember. This is nuts, right? But there's a few things I did to the sun. But it was something about giving something from the Earth back to the sun. And then now we've been drawing the sun back to the Earth. And then all these solar flares are happening. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, oops. What am I doing? Like, I've had many moments of that. If you guys remember, that was the weirdest part to me. That's the one I don't fully understand what I did. It's like there was something to do with some god or something did something to the sun. Like, the Earth was changed at some point throughout history and time to make it a very low vibrational pull, to make it kind of like, I heard somebody call it a prison. Like, that makes sense, right? You're stuck in this mind control structure. It's like the energy is so low. You can't do certain things, and they had to do something with the sun and the moon in order to do so. And so I did things to the sun and the moon. The moon is quite easy to understand, and then the satellite fell out of the sky when I did that one. That was pretty cool. That's on my channel also. That one was crazy shit. The sun was interesting to me, and we keep doing things with the sun, though. It has like a language. Like, I don't know. Every time I do something with the sun and we draw in its light, the gods will help me. I've had Hermes and Prometheus help me with that one. It comes through with like this writing, like on the Egyptian walls. That's what it reminds me of, how they write on the Egyptian walls. And it's like, it's alien-esque. It's not like I'm sitting here knowing everything it's saying. When it's happening, I don't think about it. I just witness what's happening and draw it through. There's just like this it's literal writing from the sun. It's a language. It's definite light language. And it's a different one. There's some times where they're like, this has never been here before. I'm like, yeah, this feels way foreign. It's like, how do I decipher them? I want to decipher them. I really do. Like, deep down, I feel like we kind of know what they're talking about. I really do. So how is everybody going? Amy, I know you joined the workshop, so if you want a message, let me know. I will do more messages for you because you did join the workshop. I saw that. I know it was a lot, but I had to go through that really quick. They really said it was important to do so. So it doesn't have anything to do with me. This has everything to do with the fact that, holy shit, this is real. This is your timeline of what the ascension was, how the ascension happened, how Christ's light is being returned, and what the hell does it mean to activate it, right? Because I brought it down. Why wasn't that enough? You have to do it piece by piece by piece, which makes a lot of sense to me. Because if we did it all too much, they actually said we would lose like 70% of our population, and they would go insane. And me doing this work has made me contemplate my sanity quite a few times. I went from psychology to doing this shit. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What are these things? What are pyramids? What am I doing? Am I insane? Like, I have to be insane. This can't be real, but it was very real. And I can't deny it, no matter how hard I try. That's just when I get those tower moments, right? Spirit's like, don't forget who you are. I'm like, son of a bitch. Damn it. Can't I forget who I am for one day? Cool. All right, anyways. And then if anybody else has a specific question they want answered, or a simple general, I can maybe do that too. Amy H says a general is fine. All right. Okay, so right away I'm going into your energy. Can I get a witness? So I'm drawn to the song. I thought it was something else at first, but I think it really does have to do with you. It's that song of Can I get a witness? Oh, can I get a witness? I don't know what the hell that song is, but it's about getting a witness. It's about feeling alone. I know you're surrounded by people and you're not exactly alone. And that's why a lot of people don't understand this. Like, how the hell do you feel alone when you're surrounded by all kinds of people every day? But I truly feel like you feel alone. Absolutely, Gigi. I truly feel like you feel alone. And really quick though, before I get into the messages, they want me to talk about this next workshop. It's on April 11th. I finally did create it and put it on the website. We're doing it through the green rays and through the heart chakra. And that's kind of what this guided meditation was about. So if you're doing that workshop, you've got to do the guided meditation I posted on YouTube. If you're not doing the workshop, you don't have to, but it will definitely, it's needed for preparation for this one, for sure. Okay. It's a bonus for everybody else who want to use it to be able to receive the light sooner rather than later, eventually. But if you're doing the workshop, it's definitely important that you do that the guided meditation prior. Okay. So yeah, that being said, we are definitely going into the heart space. This is going to be a big one. And it's already being prepped upon. So just so you're aware, 4444, right when I said that. Okay. So Amy. So everything's feeling so foreign to you. So what this is describing to me is like when we go through a spiritual awakening, we go through stages, okay? You're in a stage where you're shedding layers of yourself. You've already shed them, deep ones, that make you feel like you're no longer the old you and you don't have any idea who the hell you are now. And you feel like nobody relates to you in this moment. Like you can't describe how you're feeling. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you can. It's just almost like if you could just like spill every bit of how you're feeling to somebody, it would help you kind of bounce it off the wall and understand what the hell's going on. And so that's the first thing I'm tuning into with you. I will tell you that I'm feeling a little bit of sour in my tummy. And so this has to do with your navel chakra. And it also has to do with mother and mistrust. Okay. That is the only things out of everything I just saw that I need to say. I feel like everything else is personal. But it has to do with mother and mistrust in the umbilical cord. Okay. And literally getting a visual of all of this, but you were not a baby. So this stems from the womb on up. It's like the whole entire everything. And that's coming into play right now. It's coming into your energy and it deals with your shadow side. So you've got some shadow aspects that you are currently working on in the process of beginning to heal, beginning to recognize, that are beginning to rise to the surface. Can I get a witness? And that song keeps playing in my head, It's very soulful. And there's a lot of sultry in the air. Like I tried to change my theme song and we were like, no, it goes right back to what it should be. But like you feel alone and you should definitely recognize is what they're telling you is you are definitely not alone. You're not alone. They hear you. These things are necessary as part of your release and development to feel them, to experience them. And in those moments, sometimes we go alone. It's almost like that painting that they're showing me or that drawing or whatever the hell it is where there's two footprints in the sand and then all of a sudden there's only one. And that's when he's like, I'm carrying you or you're carrying me or whatever that saying is about God in the sand. I don't know. Fill me in. I'm a little lost there. They're showing me this. And it's relevant for the message. It's like at this time I'm carrying you, but you've got to go it alone. Like that's the only way sometimes we can do these things that we need to do. Like, you know, and I hate using this as a reference, but it's a really good one. It's the twin flame journey. It's like I've had to go it alone. I didn't go through this with him. He's not by my side. And I had to keep going without reassurance, without understanding, without him even giving me love, without ever even the thought of he's going to be with me, right? Footprints. Yeah, footprints in the sand. Good. Amy already did that one. Good. So keep that in mind. Okay, you are meant to be, and it does feel like, God, we have to be so strong, and I don't want to be so strong right now. But it truly, I think we make it seem more difficult than it is, although sometimes it can be difficult. But it's like, why not dig our heels into the right thing and just get it done, right? Just dig in and get it done. And this song keeps playing. Can I get a witness? You will get a witness. You will get a witness when you start putting the new you out there. When you start letting people know who you are and what you've been going through. You're very guarded in that. You think it's so second nature and that people won't understand. And Spirit is saying that you're not alone. People go through things that are very similar to you, and it's almost like nobody's talking about them. And Archangel Gabriel came in, so I heard ringing in my ear, and then Gabriel came in for you. So Archangel Gabriel is actually coming in next to you. He's also about the seeker of truths. So it's almost like lessons learned. And so he's by your side right now, helping you go through this time and space in your spiritual journey. Because it truly is, it's a difficult time and space. It's one that you're meant to kind of travel alone. So you're meant to have moments where you feel alone, even though you're not alone. And you will get a witness when you are willing to step into that. But this is what this is designed to do. You can kind of consider it like a tower moment. It's kind of pushing you into your uncomfort zone. Okay. So you're, hi, Amy D. You're kind of getting that nudge to go into what is not comfortable for you. Okay. And sometimes it takes us being stripped to the bone in order to do that, right? Know what I mean? Sometimes we got to be stripped down to the bone and taken out of that comfort zone. We can't be. So it's kind of like behavioral therapy. When we're being rewarded for a certain behavior, we really don't feel a need to change. Like there's nothing forcing us out of our comfort zone. And the universe, creator, the angels, whatever you want to call it, your guides will be like, okay, well, then we're going to throw in a little speed bump that causes you to fly off your tracks and forces you out of your comfort zone. And so it's somewhat like that, but it's not always like as physical. Sometimes it's the feeling. Sometimes it's in our emotions and our spiritual aspect of it. Making the sense so far for you? And then I pulled out 3 different decks as I was talking to you. Each. And that song keeps playing in my head. So we have that song, and then we have that footprints thing going on for you. You will get a witness. You need validation. You're craving validation. And it has to do with your navel chakra, your healing parts, and it's starting to come to the surface to be healed. So you're not in full-blown healing of it yet. For the shadow aspect of the mother line, this has to deal with the umbilical cord, but I'm also seeing like history. So it's not just womb issues. It's like the whole history of it, ancestor line. They're saying to the portal you came in on. So you came in a little bit of a rough aspect in order to gain some strength and knowledge under your sun aspect, whatever the hell that means. I think it's more astrology speaking. That's a weird message. Okay, glad it makes sense. All right. That was weird. Did you get all that? Been getting pains in the navel area the past week. That's very interesting. Because that's what I feel. It's like I got sour in my tummy right by my belly button. It don't feel so good. Stay away from Tums and things like that. I would look at healing the shadow aspect of the self, because that's really what it's related to. It's starting to surface to be healed, and our body will physically feel that first, absolutely. And it tells us that, hey, something's going on in this area. Stay away from acidic foods. I would try to avoid acidic foods at this time, but it's really about emotional healing is your key to fixing the tummy ache. Put a lime in the coconut and drink a bowl up. I said, doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, doctor, to relieve this bellyache. Put a lime in the coconut and drink a bowl up. I love that song. I love that movie. 5555. All right, they want a Lemuria card for you, but one is not jumping out yet. So hang on a sec. So this really is talking to about the thing that you were searching for. It's just beneath the surface. It's like you got to dig deeper. You got to dig a little deeper. You got to dig a little deeper. And they're wanting you to learn that lesson on the spiritual aspect. You've got to dig a little deeper. Okay, it's when we discovered something, dig deeper into it. When we've learned something or we've come into a further understanding of something, it's okay to dig deeper into it. Am I taking donations? Amy D. Amy H's is so incredibly detailed because she did the workshop. She purchased the workshop. But I could pull a card for you if you like. Hi, Roger. Hi, Raja. Oh, watch the beginning of this video, Roger, because I kind of answered your question as far as what it means for Christ rising, bringing down Christ, like the return of Christ, all that kind of stuff. I answered that in the beginning of this video. Okay? So watch the beginning of this video. Amy D, donations are always welcome, but Amy H had joined the workshop, and so I was doing free readings, deep, general, whatever, readings for those that did the workshop, and then I will do a small reading, like if you have a question, or do like a little general card pull for those that just want one today. And then they wanted me to go over the importance of the meditation I just put out and why I put it out and how it pertains to the workshop, and then the whole timeline of ascension and what I brought to this earth and what the hell does it mean. Perfect. Okay, Roger. Have fun at church. Oh, and then Amy, I was talking to you about having to dig a little deeper. And from that movie that I was just talking about with the coconut song, there's another song that came to my mind, and it's like, do you always trust your first initial feeling? By what's her name? All of a sudden, I went blank on that. It's a really good song, but the words in it is, do you always trust your first initial feeling? And Amy H, that's what they're asking you is, why do you immediately sometimes trust feelings and then other times do not? They're looking for balance in that. Or always kind of come at things with spirituality, of a little bit more of an investigative approach instead of so surface. It's like dig a little deeper, and don't always trust your first initial feeling with spirituality, especially. That's what they're pointing to with spirituality is don't trust your first initial feeling. Like take it a little deeper, okay? On the messages you receive, especially. Okay, that's what they're saying right now, Amy H. On the messages you receive, especially, and when you're dealing with spirituality, take things a little deeper. Don't trust your first initial feeling always. Because sometimes it's shrouded in ego. Sometimes it's coming from a place of like the wrong kind of emotions that you like being surrounded in. Does that make sense? Apparently, I don't need a card because this is all just coming out. Holy majole. So Amy D, if you want a little general, I can pull a card for you if you have a specific question. All right, Amy H, I got life force energy here, my friend. And I keep hearing all the colors of the rainbow. There is magic in layers. It's like hidden in the colors of the rainbow. That's what I'm hearing with this. Life force energy. It's like there's so much power in you. There's so much life in you. There's so much gift in you. There's so much capabilities in what's already in you. Okay, dig a little deeper. Again, I'm hearing that with this card too. It's like the layers of the colors. There's different things hidden in each layer. Like there's different elements in each layer. Okay. 555. So many fives when I started doing your reading, Amy. You've got some major changes coming your way. Okay. So this is kind of like preparation for that. 5555. Again. So dig a little deeper right now. It's about taking it to the next level, about digging a little bit deeper. What does this mean? What can I do with this? I'm a major culprit of not doing that. And that's one thing they told me to do as well. It's like, take your time with something, take time with the messages you receive, allow them to decipher in layers. Okay. For ourselves, it's more specifically for ourselves. But right now you've got layers of healing that are representing, which is also further layers of awakening. Okay. Life force energy, but it's about coming into further aspects of self. Like, and there's a pyramid in here too. I don't know if you can see that at the top. It's like everything's coming together. Amy, everything is in the process of coming together. It's like the miracles have begun. Everything is in the process of coming together. So what I'm hearing here. Okay. But just take things a little deeper and give things time to process a little bit when it's for ourselves, especially. Okay. And then again, for your navel, it's like it's not a physical aspect. It's not like you can take a pill and feel better. It is perfect. Okay, Amy D. Okay. Alrighty then. I think Gigi also wanted a general. And Donita, where did she go? Did she as well? Am I right? Yeah. Amy D does, I think. Yes. Gigi asked for general. Gigi, are you ready for a general? I've been thinking about you all kinds. I'm like, where is Gigi? She left me. She just doesn't love me anymore. Okay. Like, where is she? Are you doing the workshop, Gigi? If you do, make sure you do that meditation first, okay? Okay, cool. Oh, cool. Yay. All right, perfect. And did you see these new ones? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. These are for the green rays one coming up. They're going to be in the workshop. Cool. Aren't they so pretty? I love these. I'm going to make more too. I've got to make a few more for the workshop. They're so pretty. Like, they just keep getting prettier and prettier and prettier and prettier. So those will all be in the workshop too. Great healing tools filled with this energy we can't replicate. We can't make up again. You know, we can't ever duplicate these situations. So I'm like, that's why these are so important. That's why the angels are like, do these wands. I'm like, hello, they're healing tools. Duh. Light bulb. Now I get why they're so important to do these wands. Because they're taking all that energy that is represented in these workshops and that we tap into and utilize. And it's housing it to be used continually. Roger asked me if I know if there's an electromagnetic storm coming this Thursday. So Roger, it's funny you say that because earlier today in the meditation I did. Okay, Gigi. No wonder you've been gone. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay, cool. But Roger, in the last work, the meditation I just put out yesterday, the guided meditation, I actually said something in there about solar flares or something going on, something coming, and then also the fault line. And that was planned. I was like, I said that? Like, what the hell was I saying? What does that mean? I never know fully what they mean in these things, right? Because they can mean many things. But it is in the air. There is definitely something coming. As far as what type of storm, what kind of energy, I don't know exactly. Is it solar flares, whatever that means? I do think there's something influxing, but I think that's just going to be a continual journey for a little while, to be honest with you. But I would always say just be mindful of your surroundings no matter what, right? But yeah, I do think there's something. And when these happen, our electronics can go wonky for sure. Okay. I would say most likely. I know there's something coming. I can maybe tune into that later and do like messages. So when I'm doing these general messages, guys, on my Divine Flow and all those videos, if you've got like questions you want me to ask, feel free to put them out there. Like, hey, can you ask Spirit about this? Can you ask Spirit about that? I'm like, I don't mind. I'm like trying to think of ideas to ask Spirit. Like, what do we need to know? Like, what would be good to ask? We all of a sudden have this resource that we can ask these great questions too. What should I ask about? So I'm always open to suggestions for that. All right, Gigi, you're up, sunshine. Well, Gigi, since you're doing the workshop, I'm just going to roll with whatever comes for you, okay? All right. Okay, Gigi, have you done a family tree line thingy? Almost like an ancestral.com, something about a family tree line. Why is this coming up? Are you aware? I think you have like a second cousin maybe you didn't even know of. Like there's some things coming up in your family line. Gigi, a second cousin you don't know you know of? What's up with that? There might be family members coming up that, okay. All right. That is definitely in your energetic field. This is important though. It's very important and there's a reason for it. Okay. It's about ancestral clearing. It's about divulging secrets, and it's about understanding your lineage a little bit further. It's also in preparation to give this as a gift to the further generations ahead. There is... This is interesting. I'm going to just tell you what I'm getting. I don't know the relevance of it. I'm not exactly sure what this means. But I feel like within like your family tribe, within the future, there's going to be like some kind of family significance amongst this earth. So like a tribe of women healers or like dancers. I almost see like a Native American dance tribe. There is some kind of connection here. Hi, Holly. Long time no see, too. Gigi, so I really don't know what you're... I think you've talked to me a little bit before about possible Indian in you. I don't know everything. But I do know there is something within your family unit that is significant coming forward. Okay? And I think that ties into this timeline thing that you're doing. This like ancestral timeline thing, or the nudge to do it, or whatever the case may be. If you're not doing it, do it. Okay, it's very important. I don't know why. I don't know all of it. That just plays a role for further answers will be made sense later. It's like one of those things where we don't have to know everything in that moment. The significant parts of the messages of it are being given. Okay. And then I don't know. Okay, so Gigi, listen up. Have you thought about taking people, and this is coming out a lot lately, and I think this has to do with the part of the message I just gave you, on a shaman healing journey? They said, okay, listen up, to cleanse their energy. You can cleanse their home. You can remove karma. You can cleanse toxic waste. You can do other things that remains to be seen by just opening up your gifts to them, and then you will fall into more. Then a baseline, you can do those. I almost see you with like a hawk feather, and I see you cleansing people's energies. I see you being able to speak in what they call light language. Hello, I don't know why this is coming out for you right now, but that's where you're at. And so if you're doing this workshop, I would use this next workshop to catapult yourself into attempting. I know you're not doing my coaching, but attempting to open yourself up to being a shaman healer. And then these three went flying out, and I was going to put them back, and they said, no, don't. Gigi, you a shaman, girlfriend. You've got some gifts in you, but it goes in your lineage. I think it's going to go forward as well. Like you're going to have like 8 grandkids, I think. I don't know. You've got there's like a big bloodline going forward. And I feel like it's going to affect that as well. This is super important. So your family timeline thing, the ancestral lineage timeline is important. It has to do with you being the healer and the type of healer that's starting to come out in your energy field, and that you're kind of starting to feel nudged to. See? Yeah, I thought about that. She says, of course you have, because it's starting to nudge you in your energy. That's why. And then it's also going to affect your future generations. So what I'm seeing here is you will be the catalyst of it. It's going to come through you, and then you're going to be able to show them how to do it too. Okay? And it may just very well start with your daughters, and then their daughters, and then their daughters' daughters. And I feel like somehow it's more dominant in the female line, but doesn't mean you won't have a male in there too. Okay, and then we got, I like that message, 30, grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith, sunshine. Take a leap of faith in the fact that, oh shit, I'm a shaman. Ooh-wee, I'm going to be healing some people shamanism style. Right? Let's do this. And it's not just for you. It's so you can pass it along in your generation too. It's almost like you're reactivating it in your bloodline. And it's going to go forward with all of you. And it does have, I do feel like a Native American spirit running through it. Then we have turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. This one comes through a lot for benefactors. Benefactors are people who are given these gifts, right? And when we are given gifts, we give with gratitude and grace. It's like, don't assume. We understand what's best for others. You too, Roger. Make sure you watch the beginning of this video back again, okay? And then let me know if you have any questions and if I answered all your questions. Promise? I hope so. All right. And then, Gigi, we have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. I got your back. You have a solid foundation. That's what I'm hearing with this card. You have a solid foundation of spiritual connection, ancestral line, and underneath your feet. So physically and metamorphically. Like you have a solid foundation. Buffalo Spirit, you're very spiritually large and inclined, and the abundant universe will always provide for you. And so don't let go of that warrior spirit. Okay. 10 is about new beginnings, where endings meet new beginnings, and you need to wake up to this. That's why you're going to feel the urge to do it, because you're going to affect your future generations of your bloodline. Perfect, Roger. Thank you. Okay, Gigi. So it's like super important. So you're probably feeling it. You're probably feeling this nudge to do something. You don't know what it is. You don't feel comfortable all the time. Something's like irking you. Something's like, like I don't feel comfortable. I'm not sleeping. What is this thing I'm thinking about? And it's because there's an importance for you here. Okay, so do your family tree line. I want you to create a family tree for all to see. I don't know what the significance of all of that is. It's not going to all be revealed now. It'll come in pieces, how important that necessarily is. And then come into the shaman healer side of you. I want you starting to do that right away. I do the coaching, and I know you're not in my coaching, but I'm like, wow, like, oh my God, I want to help you. But you got this in you. And then get ready to pass that on, okay? And teach the people in your family how to do it too. They will have the capability, but you are like the catalyst. You are the one that's going to come through. It's going to wake it up in them, and you're going to teach them how to do it too. Aw, I love this, Gigi. You guys, she's like, I feel it a lot when I'm working on my family. So she's already working on a family tree. Gigi's already validating everything I said. Oh, I've missed you, Gigi. I'm so glad you're here. That you didn't love me anymore. Like, Gigi's gone. Wait, this is just getting in my head. Aww. I love that. So there's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason you're feeling it. There's a reason you're thinking about it. And it's just nonstop coming up in your energy. Okay. So this workshop is going to be super juicy. Oh my gosh, activating Christ light in our heart space and all this other kind of stuff. Like, I don't know about you all, but I'm excited. And these really pretty ones that I'm going to have there this time, I'm so excited. And you know what? I don't know. No. I'm going to say I could like do all of them to where all the ones have all the energy. And they're like, no, that's chaotic. They're each one for each one. I'm like, okay. This is going to be exciting. Very powerful tools. I'm just super excited for all of this. That's awesome. Aw, Gigi, don't be sorry you're busy with your dad's house. I totally understand that. My dad's house got thrown on me in one day. It was horrible. Oh, yay, Amy D. Whoop, whoop. Sweet. That's exciting. You're well aware of what I do. You know, I'm always here. But yeah, I'm really excited. These workshops are so badass. You're so welcome, Gigi. You're so welcome. I'm super excited and to waking that up in you and to just watch you grow. All of you, you don't even realize that. Oh, every single one of you on here talking to me right now, I have all watched you all wake up over the last 2 years. Did I wake you up? Yeah, probably, but that's okay. It's pretty cool just to watch your journey, right? Like, did I do that? Oops. No, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But it's really cool to see how far you guys come and how much healing you've gone through and how much love has grown just between everything and everyone. And it's quite beautiful. It really is. I just love you all. You're so welcome, Gigi, for that message. All right. Then we had Donita. Yeah. And then Amy D. Did you want a general? Wait. Like looking back. Hang on. Donita, did you say if you wanted a message? General, please, also? Okay, you did. Never mind. Right as I asked, I saw it again. All right. Are you here? Yes. Okay. So we have Donita and then Amy D, right? I know I've been needing to come on and do something giveaway-wise, so that's kind of what today's about, just doing a little bit of a giveaway. Especially for those who join the workshops, you know, they're quite powerful, quite intense, and quite a leap of faith to let yourself to go through those deep healings and to participate in those with me is a big thing. And so I like to give my appreciation for that too. But, all right, Miss Donita. You know, this is interesting, Donita, because the other day you randomly popped in my head. And I only have this happen sometimes. It's not like I do this often. I'm not the type of, you know, people might think, oh my God, she's going to always know my thoughts, always know what I feel. It's not like that at all. I'm very much so in my own space all the time. But randomly, things will pop into my attention, into my space, and into my head. And the other day, you did. The other day you did. And what popped into my head was you needing to be at a grocery store. You needing to be in that space in order to meet that gentleman that we talked about one time. And it randomly popped in my head. Like I saw you in a grocery store in this little flower dress type thing and meeting him. And I feel like the opportunity is getting missed because you're not getting dressed up and going for your daily God walks in the damn store. I'm just kidding. Kind of, but not really kidding. Like it's coming up. Like I feel like the opportunity is in your field. Okay? So when you get the nudge to go out somewhere, follow it. That's what they're saying. Like these weird random nudges. I need to go to the store right now, but I don't really need to. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. Nope, get up and go. And put a little lip gloss on your way out the door. Any kind of nudge you've got to go somewhere. I would say, my darling, take it, right? And put on a little lip gloss on your way out the door. Jeans are sexy too. And then that song from the movie Ghost, where they are. Is that the scene where they're doing like the clay pottery? And I don't know what song that is, but it's like that song. One of the songs from that movie is coming out. Hold me tight. Definite love. Okay, this is like a soulmate. This is love. It is in your energy. Big time. Big time. Big time to where you're popping into mine in random moments. Okay. Oh, memories of love. Memories of love. Donita, I can't make this up. This card talks about somebody from your past either coming back or focusing on good thoughts of love, not bad ones. Go wherever you need to go. If it's righteous bros, it's freaking righteous bros. You never know when, you never know how. You just go. If somebody says you need to go, you need to go because you never know. But have patience, right? But you got to plant the seeds. So this card is truly about talking about patience. Yes, I feel like you have patience, but so much patience that you're forgetting to plant the seed. Okay, planting the seed is when you just go out because you got nudged to go out. So you go out. So you're planting the seed, right? Maybe not this time, maybe next time. But either way, I'm going out. I'm going out when they tell me to go out. And then for this memories of love card, it's like focus on the good memories of love that you have. Love can be good. Love is not always rough. Right? True love is good, not rough. So if you can focus on good memories, focus on good thoughts. It can be somebody from your past. If it is somebody from your past, I would say it'd be like elementary school, somebody you haven't seen in years or you're not very familiar with. So it'd almost be like somebody you know but you don't know. Okay? But either way, focus on good memories of love. All right? Feeling what love felt like at a good point. Okay, but don't forget to plant the seeds for the patience that you have. You are overwhelming in patience. Sometimes too much patience because you're not actively doing anything. Okay? So, get out there. It's really time to put yourself out there. Let's see if there's anything else other than a love message, but they're saying that is like the most important thing in your energetic field right now. And then new hobbies are super important for you. New hobbies, get yourself moving, get a new routine, okay? Really important to have some kind of physical outings, more people to connect to, any kind of things like that. They do have, every community has some kind of something. And so get yourself out there, get yourself healthy. It's what you need, but you also need to realize that you're valuable. What you have to say matters. You are an important person. You are loved, and people need you, and they need your light. Okay. So that's what you're really truly needing right now. Okay. And if you go to Righteous Bros, can you get me some too? Just kidding. Have my own copy. D, did you say you wanted general? I'm like looking through everything. Yep, she did. A general is great. All right. You still here, Amy D? You're so welcome, Donita. And Amy or Donita, it goes with my course, Balance for Prosperity. That's what you're craving in your energy right now. It's that balance. Okay, and it's going to bring in so much more abundance your way. Sorry, last little bit of message they wanted me to throw in there. You're so welcome. Amy D says, I am. I am. By golly. So let's see what Spirit has to say. You're in an in-between period. You're about to level up. In awake, like an enlightenment and knowing. A different phase of knowing is coming into play. But you're in an in-between. So the in-between is kind of somewhat like a calm before the storm. But when I say that, I don't want you to think of like a storm that's coming your way. It's not a storm like that. This is more of a storm of like massive healing is going to come out. So there's going to be different levels of healing coming your way. Right now you're in the in-between. So I feel like you just did that. And your body's integrating. So you're in kind of what they call a void. It's not a time to be stagnant. It's a time to be prepping. So make your spiritual routine a habit. Make that, this is a time to be repetitive in it. So where that you can regrow it into an addictive routine where it's a habit forming. And then things tend to flow so easy when we do that. It would be really beneficial for you, Amy D. They want you physically moving every day. So kind of like Tai Chi, Qigong would be very important for you. There's something in that for you. It's like a necessity at this time. Everything through free will. But in order to move this energy around and to prep and to grow into the healer that you are, or the being that you are, it's very important for you to learn to move energy through your system with your hands. At this time, that's the one thing you can be doing. And then developing your spiritual practice, your spiritual repertoire, your spiritual routine. Okay. And then it's just prepping in that way when the next round of big healing comes through. It's not going to knock you on your feet. You'll be ready. You'll already be processing it through. And then the up-leveling comes through a lot quicker. Because this one is going to be pretty big. It's like a really big release coming and healing coming. And it deals with, again, the shadow aspect. So the shadow aspect is kind of big right now. I feel all over the collective. I think every one of you, it came out shadow side today, except for Donita, huh? She's supposed to be falling in love. That's it for those, they said. Okay. It goes exactly with what I said. This is not a time to be stagnant. It's time to be making your plan. Ah! Yay! I love this, Amy D. So when I just told her, and she's like, I have started too. I was called to do a hand motion thing last weekend, and I did it, and it felt good. Yes. This is part of the modality I have to bring forward, too. It's something to do with those. So eventually I might be teaching you some new things. Because this is something I have to do as well. I constantly have to be doing that, and so much light flows through me, and I ground so easy. So good for you, and I'm so proud that you actually heard it, right? So it's very validating for you. And for me, so thank you for sharing that. Can't deny that, right? Make a plan. It is definitely time to make a plan. Okay, so that's what I mean. Do keep going, keep doing what you need to do, and start making a plan to take more control of your life, money-wise, everything. Okay, and sunshine, by golly gee gosh, go for your dreams. Go for your dreams. Life is so short. We're not here to live for other people's dreams. Why do we do that? That came out in my joy class too. I was like, man, so true. Like, why do we do that? We are here in a short period of time. There's nothing wrong with going for our dreams and having faith that the thing is we are worth those dreams. That's what Spirit wants me to tell you, is that you are worth the gold. You are worth your dreams. You're worth those dreams. I don't know why somebody told you a long time ago, and it's a dude, and he had a bigger belly, and he had like an authority figure, maybe your father, I don't know, but they told you a long time ago that was a silly little dream, and you better contain your focus. But I'm here to tell you that your dreams are worth it. You are worth your dreams. No matter how big they are, you're worth that dream. And it's your time to go for those dreams is now. Your fortune wheel is aligned for you to start making that plan now and go for those dreams, because the moment you're ready to go, it's ready to go for you. And you will have that abundance lined up for you. You will absolutely have that abundance lined up for you. Go for your dreams. It's time to make that plan to go for your dreams. So don't lay stagnant right now in the in-between. Keep drawing in the light like I told you to do, like you've already felt into and are already doing. Badassery right there. And just get ready. Okay? You're being prepped so that you can be the healer that you are. So that you can come into your power. This is truly about coming into our power. That's what this new earth is all about. Coming into our power. Okay? Cool. That was awesome, you guys. I'm super excited for the workshop. Those of you who are joining me, this one's going to be badassery. We're going to be activating Christ light within our heart with the green rays. Oh, man. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Raguel. It's going to be badass, and I'm already prepping for it. I'm going to go today and make more green wands for it. These are so awesome. So these will be actually in the workshop doing that with us. You're so welcome, Amy. These are really cool messages, you guys. And these messages a lot tonight really went with the gifts that are in you, didn't they? And the purposes that we have and how it's starting to nudge us now. So I thought that was super badassery. Super awesome. Super great time to be alive. Really is super great time to be alive. And I like the fact that Spirit had me do the timeline of who I am as the Ascension. What is an Ascension Master? Essentially, is somebody who can ascend the earth, right? I know how to ascend. I know how to activate pyramids. I know how to do all that kind of stuff. That's why they tell me I'm part of the gods. I'm part of the gods of time. But to be able to write that book of what it meant, the true aspects of the return of Christ and freeing Jesus, what happened to Jesus, who killed Jesus, to have it all laid out is beautiful, and it's a blessing. And I can't wait to write that book. That's a part of, I think, why they had me do this timeline tonight, and to let people see that this is the real aspect of what's happened, what's going on. It's so simple and complex all at the same time, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I think once we realize the reality of the things, we take more of our power back. We literally are taking more of our power back because now we know the truths. Okay? So I like it. I'm thankful for it. I can't wait to write the book and to show the actual timeline of what it means to ascend. what it meant for Jesus to return or Christ to return. What is the difference? How different the Bible is. I've never read the Bible, but I can tell you right now that the Bible doesn't give you all that. It doesn't describe all that accurately. It's very confusing, very contradicting. And so now we have the truths. We have the actual aspect of what it is, how it happened, the timeline it happened in. And it's beautiful. It really, truly is. And so I'm excited for the next parts. I'm excited for activating further levels of Christ light. The last time I did it, I got pretty sick. This one's only one day, so hopefully after the first round, I won't get so sick in doing this, right? Eventually it'll be over, and I won't feel so yucky after. It really does take a toll on my physical body. And so I have sacrificed quite a bit for this journey and for this ascension. And all I ask is that all of you just open your hearts and receive and do your part to show God we appreciate his soul. And that's how I've been feeling. It's like, I've made some mistakes on my twin flame journey and things, and I just really appreciate God and his light. And I look back at history at all the people who kind of shunned God, who turned their backs to him, who opened up to the things that didn't fill our soul and the people that hurt us and did things that were kind of what we call against God. But it's not really. It's just taking the light out of our hearts. And it makes me sad. Like, there's so much love there, and that's really what it's about. It's like I'm filling my heart back up with that love. I don't know about you guys, but I want to bring that love back, and the importance of love and love for self and love for one another and love for God, and how much he loves us all, how much he doesn't judge, how much we're all important to something special on this earth. And all we have to do is open up to that and do our work in order to better ourselves every day. That's truly all it's about, and let more love in every day. And by doing that, we're honoring God's light. And that's who I am. And that's what I will continue to do. And I hope that is part of the message I was able to give to you guys today. Thank you all for joining me today. This was very exciting. I've had a lot of fun. I'm going to go and get more creative. I'm still trying to finish this joy class, you guys, this course that I'm making. It's so important. This one was a massive course that has changed my life completely. And I just need to get it finished and get it out there, because they're life-changing things. They are not little things. It's not just like reading a book and learning. Like, you heal in it through the meditations. The angels have healed me in so many ways that blow my mind. And if it weren't for this stuff that's coming through me and that I've done, I don't know who I'd be today or where I'd be. So at the very least, I'm just grateful. Okay. And if nothing else, what a great place to be through all these changes in the world, is to be able to feel grateful. Okay. So just make sure you're allowing that into your space. And if you don't like the guided meditations, I put the music out for you guys too, just in case you wanted that, or to use both. I personally fell asleep to the one last night. I kind of really like that one. It is to help us receive more love, more light frequencies, and to prep for all these Christ light activations. So use them. They're free for you guys to utilize. It's my gifts to you. I thank you for being here with me, for being part of my family, for being part of this cool-ass experience of this ascension. Oh, absolutely, Holly. I'm glad you said something. Absolutely. Do you have a specific question, or do you want a general? I'm switching gears. I'm going to my good tarot deck for you. Like, what did I do with my books? Holly, yes, you can have one. Oh, you're welcome, Gigi. So much love to you. I've missed your face. Glad to know you're okay. And I look forward to seeing you at the workshop. I did get the yellow ones up at the website too, Gigi. General for Miss Holly. Okay. Alrighty. Crikey. Oh, Holly, what am I hearing? Or what's going on? Or do you have a foreign exchange student? Are you planning on traveling abroad? And why do I hear you need to learn a foreign language? What the hell is going on, Holly? All of that is in your energetic field. Are you becoming are you taking on a foreign exchange student? Are you going to go to a foreign country? Why do you need to learn another language? What's going on? What's going down? What's up with that, Holly? Are you going on a trip? Or maybe this is coming in your future? Have you felt like you needed to learn a new language? Or did you already start learning a new language? What is going on with this foreign language? And I hear like foreign exchange, like a foreign exchange student, and or you're traveling abroad. Fill me in. I don't know. That's just what's coming out so far. No plans like that right now. Okay. Well, if one of your kids all of a sudden comes and says they're traveling abroad too, there you go. But that's in your energetic field. Something about learning a new language. And something about foreign exchange student and possibly traveling abroad. I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody coming to you or if you have a kid that could possibly become a foreign exchange student. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. That is definitely in your energy. So I would just kind of put that in your tool bag, okay? And then whatever comes up for that, comes up for that. All right. And then we've got Hanged Man and Queen of Fire. Well, this is awesome. This is what I would call for you like spirit school. You are in a situation where you don't have a lot of control, my friend. It's like about surrendering. It's surrendering to what's happening to you, surrendering to what's unfolding for you, surrendering to where life is taking you, because it's taking you to another place, okay? So things are unfolding or about to unfold that you may feel like you have little to no control over, and you don't, and you're not meant to. It's about surrendering to that and following the nudges diligently that we feel or that are being presented to us. It's like spirit is getting you to listen diligently so that they can make sure you are where you need to be. And then when we have Queen of Fire, oh, we are close with a foreign exchange student that was here when my daughter was a senior. Oh, well, that's interesting. So you've been there before. So we've had this come out before with foreign exchange students. I would just keep your radar open because some might be returning. We might have a situation where all of a sudden something's coming up. So I don't know if this student is coming into your energy. Something's up with that. Maybe you're going to start running like the foreign exchanging. I don't know. I would just kind of put that in your tool bag for whatever reason. It's definitely in your energetic field. And there's nothing much more I need to say about it other than that. I feel like sometimes they're meant to have it that way, and it just opens your energy. And then when it happens, you're more likely to say yes to something because of that, possibly. So we can just keep that in mind too. But we have Queen of Fire. Okay. Queen of Fire truly talks about there is power within you, right? Like a leadership ability within you. And people look to you as a beacon. Okay. So people look to you as like the Tower of Light. All right. And so it's about preparations. Okay. You're going into a stage of preparations. That's why we have the Hangman, surrendering. Because as a leader, it's almost as if we have to align to that, right? So we've got different things we need to release in order to get us there. And that's what's going on for you. It's like spirit is placing you in a place where you need to release certain things. It's about our stubbornness, our stubborn abilities, our thought processes that kind of get in the way of our leadership ability, and the fact that we are a beacon of light and they don't want us to lead others astray. And so they put us in a situation where we feel like we completely lose control. We don't really have a say. And they're causing us to, we can look at it like I'm having all these epiphany moments. I'm just going through this dang learning situation where everything I'm just all of a sudden going, oh my God, that's making sense now. We're learning. And it's truly about releasing layers of self, switching our perspectives and the way we think about things in order to come into our own power. Okay, again, power. There's a lot of that coming forward. Freedom. and coming into our own power makes a lot of sense for the ascension of the earth as well. Okay, so you are in a little bit of what I would call spiritual school, where you don't have control over everything. And the harder you might try to control it, it might create tower moments. And I feel like also the foreign language thing is coming in as a way of learning something new. Be open to learning something that is completely foreign to you, completely out of left field, may not have been something you would have ever thought of, considered, wanted to do, or has never even come into your energy before. Be open to something completely foreign and learning from ground up, okay? Because that's what they're trying to line you up with, is to the true power that is within you. And I feel like there are a couple tower moments involved, because I feel like we have a tendency to be like, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I don't like this situation, I want to try to control it, I want out of it now. And Spirit's like, you can't get out of it now. You have to go through it this way. Like, you have to learn it this way. And we're like, damn it, I don't want to learn it that way, because it can be a little difficult. It can be a little vulnerable. It can be a little bit tiresome. Get that feeling of, I'm just tired. Right? So that's kind of what's going on with you. And just be open to something completely foreign coming your way. That's the description I'm kind of getting from that whole entire message. Okay, be open to it and be open to learning about it. Even if it's something before you would have been like, hell to the no, right? Get that away from me. I'm not doing that. I'm not even going to consider it. Because what might start one way ends up another. Okay. And again, you are powerless in a lot of ways as far as trying to change the situation. Your best bet is to allow Spirit to guide you and take those nudges, even if they don't make sense, even if you feel like you're getting nowhere, even if you feel like you're out of your mind, because they are placing you into your power. Okay? And we have to kind of get out of our head to do. We always think we know what's best for us. That's what's coming through here, but we don't. We do not always know what's best for us. As people, we come from that wounded stance, and that's where we're like, well, I know what's best for me. No, you're coming from ego. You're coming from wounds. You're coming from the walls you built. It's not what's best for you. And if you were completely healed, you'd make a different situation or a different outcome. And this is kind of what's going on. Okay, you've got to lose this, this, and this, and this in order for you to see this, this, and this, and this, and give it all you've got. But you've got something completely foreign coming your way. Okay? Completely foreign. It's like learning a new language. I kind of like that message. Let me know if something does. I think that'd be really cool. All right. I don't know. Maybe y'all are going to travel abroad. I'm not sure what the whole travel thing abroad was, but it definitely makes sense to something foreign coming your way. Okay. I try not to put my thoughts into those. I just deliver how they're given. You're so welcome. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're back too. So glad you're back. I missed you guys. I missed you. I needed this. It was like medicine for my soul today. So I thank you guys so much for being with me. I'll probably do one of these on Facebook too, coming soon. I really don't like Facebook, but Spirit nudges me there. Right? So good to see your face. Kind of ish, not your face, but I feel it. I feel it. You can see mine, but you know, it sucks, but that's okay. Yeah, this was totally awesome, you guys. I don't know what's coming next. For Mystery Mondays, I kind of have an idea. There's a girl that went missing, a lady that went missing out of Florida recently. The husband, I think, was actually arrested yesterday. So I don't know if I'm going to tune into that one or not. I haven't really gotten a solid foundation on the next missing mystery thing I want to do. And I'm still working on my theme song, which I got to redo the song. I got to redo the beat. They were wanting it a certain way. It's in my head a certain way. So I've got to produce it that way. So I'm still working on that too. So just know what's coming is coming. I will do Mystery Mondays again when the time is good, when it's in the flow. We will at least have one a month of those. Okay. So those are solid. They will just come as soon as I can get them out, or as soon as somebody comes into my energy to do. But they will at least come once a month. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I love you. And I'm so nervous about my theme song, but I suppose when I'm done, I'll share it. You're going to know because it's going to be in my videos. So I'm nervous about that, but it's going to be fun. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Other than that, I don't think let me see if there's anything else I want you guys to know on our way out. No, I think we got it all today. If you missed the beginning of this video, for anybody new, Roger, all those people, come in and watch the beginning of this video because I do break down what it means to have Christ return. What the hell does that mean? And kind of put it all together, and what do you get, right? A whole bunch of frosted flakes and some yummy milk. Now I'm hungry. All right. On that note, I think I'm going to go eat now. I hope you guys have a great, great, great rest of your day, rest of the end of your weekend. Safe week ahead. I will deliver some messages soon. See whatever Spirit wants me to give to you all. And I'm going to go get more creative. Whoop, whoop. I got to put the green ones out on the website. I do not think I have them out yet. So those should be up soon, and those will be in the workshop. I'm like super excited for that. It's going to be so powerful. All right. Well, either ways, I will talk to you guys soon. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.